Okay guys, day 8 and getting back on the pull day. So that really gets it. I mean, that really, there's just the slow up and downs. Always keeping tension on. You're not resting at the bottom. You're not resting at the top. You're always under tension. Your muscles are always firing. And so it really, really gets in there and gets a good burn. bitch. All right. So I think I messed up there. I might have paused when I should have been unpausing, but so I may have missed a couple of these exercises, but we'll just have to go with what we have. Now it's just calves and back. Next, I've already done bicep curls, deadlifts, and shrugs because I like shrugs. You don't have to do them if you don't want to, but I like them. Calves, you can absolutely work the hell out of them with this, which is great. There's a lot of resistance, and it gets a very deep burn very quickly. Okay. Whew. One more. Okay, last one. The back rows. Oh. Okay, so that's it, you know, just right before work, or before I take off. It's a 10-15 minute workout, you know, so you just wake up 10 or 15 minutes early and you get a workout and you're done for the day and you feel good. This can prime you for the day. You have an anticipatory reflex before you go work out. And if you're working out at a consistent time, your body anticipates that, and it actually builds up the hormones and energy necessary to go do that workout in an anticipatory fashion. So if you're not a morning person, I'm not a morning person, you can work on that, become that, because if you start working out early, I normally work out later in the day, but I'm starting to do it earlier as well, and that sort of helps me wake up, helps me go, and you can start anticipating that, and you'll start waking up in anticipation of your workout as well. And again, just wake up 10 minutes early, 15 minutes early, and you've got a workout done. It's also good doing these videos with you guys because, you know, there have been several days, you know, when I've been on call since 2 in the morning or some other time and I'm exhausted and I just want to go to bed. That's all I want to do. And I think to myself, like, no, I'm accountable. Like I said I was going to do it. I have to do it. It's on tape. Like you can't bust that around. I mean, I guess you could try and doctor it up, but I don't really care to. So, you know, and then you do it and you just feel so much better for having done it. It's 10 minutes. So thank you guys for helping keeping me accountable as well. And if you guys want to follow along, we do this every day. You know, that may give you the motivation to, you know, just not miss days and just do something consistently every single day. And just a completely side thought, because I'm doing this every day, and there's always leg workouts every day, like calves today, deadlifts today, and then tomorrow will be split squats. Every day is a leg day, which is exactly what I want. Your legs are big, strong, powerful machines, and you know you can work them on a daily basis, okay? And you should, because there have been a ton of studies, especially looking at older populations, that show a direct relationship between leg strength, longevity, and independence, okay? So think about it this way, if your legs are weak, you're not walking very well. You're gonna have falls, you're gonna hurt yourself. And you're probably gonna, you know, a lot of people are on medications like aspirin or warfarin or some of the, you know, the NOACs that make you bleed profusely if you hurt yourself. And so your legs are getting weaker, you're having more falls, and you hit yourself and you're on something that makes you bleed. That's it for a lot of people. And that's a major, major killer in the elderly community. So the stronger your legs are, the more independent you'll be, the safer you'll be, the longer you'll be independent, because if you can't get out of a chair, you can't get out of bed without help, how are you going to live on your own? You can't, so keep your strength up. Every day's a leg day. Work hard and keep it up, and then your body will be your friend. You will live in a body that feels good and it feels comfortable, and you feel happy and strong and capable of living a very good life, okay? Well into your late age, and plenty of people previously have lived into their 90s and over 100 independently, okay? So these are some of the things that you can do to keep yourself independent, to keep yourself healthy, keep yourself strong, and keep your brain working. There's other studies that show a direct relationship between leg strength and cognition and likelihood of developing Alzheimer's and dementia, okay? So keep your legs strong. There's the old saying, get busy living or get busy dying. If you're stimulating your body to live and to grow, your body will respond by living and growing and keeping your brain switched on, keeping your body working, because you're sending signals saying, hey, I can't die yet. We've got to go, all right? Otherwise, you do break down, okay? And that's not fun for anyone, okay? So it takes a little bit of work now, takes a little bit of pain and determination, but it pays off. It pays dividends, okay, guys? So, it's like putting money in the bank, except you can keep taking it out afterwards, okay? So this is compound interest. Every day you exercise is compounding interest on your longevity and health. All right, guys? All right. See you now tomorrow.